Hey everybody, thanks for joining me back here in the fish tank. Today we're going to check out Thora. This is going to complete our look through of the different characters within Vaultbreakers, the new game being developed by Beta Dwarf, the Minion Masters developer. So if you want to check out the other characters, make sure you look out for those videos. But today we're going to be looking at Thora. So she is another melee character, the Undying Wyrdseeker. Her difficulty is 3, which is the maximum difficulty. She is also a stout heart, and her strengths are durability and single target damage, and her weaknesses are mobility. Right, let's find out about her. Right, so as always, each of the characters has a trait, and her trait is the Zealous Onslaught. Each consecutive basic attack on the same target applies Fury Wound for 6 seconds. Each stack increases your basic attack damage against the target by 10%, and refreshes all stacks. Stacks up to 5 times. When hitting a target with 5 stacks, generate energy. So a reminder that you have a health bar and an energy bar down here. All of the characters will generate energy in different ways, and they'll consume it in different ways. So she will generate energy with hitting her basic attacks once she's triggered the wound. Gains, I think the Fury Wound gives you extra movement speed. Oh no, this is nothing to do with the Fury Wound. This is just basic her. Extra attack speed per health missing, up to a maximum of 20%. So, we can see that she does more and more damage each time. And now we're generating energy. We've got up to 20 energy down there. So you can see increases damage by 10% each time. And we can see we got 5 up there in total. And as always, she, just like all the other characters, has 1 basic attack and 4 abilities. And of course you can change the hotkeys as you wish. So her first ability, the right click, is the Rager Whirl, which is a 12-second cooldown. It has 2 versions, the tap or the hold. So the tap deals 150 magic damage in an arc, generates 20 energy per enemy hit, and is a taunt. Remember, taunt will force the enemies to attack her. So it's kind of a tanking ability. But we also have the other version, which is the hold, which increases the arc area, but takes self-damage equal to 25% of current health as a recoverable wound. So remember, when you're out of combat, you will have this sort of heal in the form of a recoverable wound. So she will take damage from this, but it is recoverable. But she deals more damage and does a big slow. So it said the enemy's in the center, so you can see that we've probably got that little thing in the center where it's going to do the biggest slow. So boom, she takes that self damage. You can see the health bar is green. The grey part of the health bar is the wounds, which you can see she's healing out of combat, and that's 100% of the damage taken. Right. So she takes damage to do more damage. Swift Favor is our Q ability. Take damage again, equal to 25% of current health, again as 100% recoverable attack. Wounds, but gain extra movement speed and attack speed. The next 2 basic attacks extend the duration of the attack speed buff by 1 second and generate 20 energy. So you take self damage, but you attack faster. So it seems like she's all about taking this self-damage. Right, Rage Spin. This is a 5-second cooldown on our spacebar. Spin around and deal 30 magic damage per second while being immune. Hitting a new target who has a Fury Wound stack increases the duration by half a second. So you kind of want to stack it on a bunch of stuff. And then you can see here we're doing our sort of AoE. Didn't seem to do massive damage. Interesting there, because it says do 30 damage per second. Definitely didn't seem to be doing that. See, lots of 6s there. That doesn't seem like 30. I don't know. Let me know. And you can see here with the damage gain is 30 plus 100% of... There's different types of it. I'm trying to remember where I see it here. So this is ability power. The purple one is ability power. So she scales with ability power. Other things you're going to have scaling with attack damage and stuff like that. She scales with ability power, at least for that ability. And then our final ability, though, Earthquake, slam the ground, dealing magic damage and slow to all enemies in the area. Recover wounds equal to 10% of max health if an enemy is hit. So she's doing a lot of damage to herself, but also healing herself as well here. Get enraged. So you get enraged, get a 30% crit chance. An Earthquake can be recast 2 times within 8 seconds of the activation for 100 energy. So it seems like the basic ability does not cost energy, but you can recast it. So you can see here. Or energy. That doesn't seem correct because we cannot cast it here. So it's... Oh, maybe it was just on cooldown. That's how this works. It's just on cooldown. For some reason it doesn't show the time on it like you normally would. I assume that's why it's on cooldown. Right, so remind ourselves, our attacks add the Fury Wound, and once we have 5 Fury Wound, we attack faster each time, and then the 5 gives us the energy generation. Our right click is our Rager Whirl, which we can do big damage. Our Q is Swift Favor, which we take damage, but get attack speed buff. Attacks really fast. Our spacebar is our Rage Spin, dealing damage per second. And then we have our Earthquake, which, as we saw before, can be recast, assuming we have the energy. And we can see here that we are enraged. Right, that is Thora the Undying Wyrdseeker. As always, let me know in the comments, what do you think about this character? Would you like to play her? Or are some of the others going to be your preferred one? If you're new here, guys, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're enjoying the content and you want to stay up to date on all things Leader Dwarf, Minion Masters, Vaultbreakers related. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. I'm bad as a fish, and this is an awkward wave.